私ここにいたらまずいじゃない。フェイリスさんのマンションに戻って隠れていないと。だって本来なら私は今頃沖縄にいるはずなのよ。
That's how she explained her visits to Okabe. If you found out she was working on the phone way with Hitaru, there would be trouble. Well, this is complicated. After she was sure Hitaru was gone, she quickly washed the bubbles from the body soap off her body. Her long hair still wasn't dry, but there wasn't time for that. She wiped herself off with a towel and was about to leave the shower room when she heard the door open. Well, he was here already? She quickly shut the door to the shower room again. But then she looked down and saw that she was naked. Her clothes were lying on the floor past the door. There was no way she could get them without Okabe seeing her. Her only choice was to stay hidden, completely undressed, and wait for him to leave. You're gonna catch a cold. So let's see it from this perspective. Daru greeted me as I came inside the lab. He seemed to be in kind of a hurry. The room smelled kind of like smoke, and someone must have been using the shower room because the smoky smell was mixed with the soap. Whoever it was, definitely wasn't Daru. His face and clothes were blackened with soot. I thought it might be Suzuha, but the lights in the shower room were turned off. That's kind of true, actually. I was keeping in touch with Dr. Leskinen. Of course, the professor knew that Maho was here in Japan. Yesterday, he showed me a picture of her taken in Okinawa. I could see her standing in the surf with a blank expression on her face. A friend or a family member must have taken it. Dr. Leskinen had been really nice to me, and I talked to him a lot about going to Victor-Condria. Of course, at a minimum, I needed to graduate my current school and pass the exchange exam for Victor-Condria. I've been inviting Daru to come to America with me, but he didn't seem that interested. He'd said things like, I can't imagine living away from the otaku mecca. Ugh. And no way am I living anywhere you can't get H-games and anime figures. Well, I mean, technically, you can get those in America via the internet. He does nothing but give excuses like that.
本当に言い訳ばっかりだな。そんなに行きたくないのか?
I sighed and sat down on the sofa. The room was really hot as hell during the summer. The windows were open and the fans were running at high speed, or full speed, but I was still sweating. There was an air conditioner, but evidently he wasn't using it.
誰? 毒ペって置いてあるか?
さあどうだったかな? マヨシが買い置きしてるかも.
I got up and took a look in the fridge in the corner of the room. There was regular soda, mineral water, and some sports drinks, but not a single Dr. P. As usual, the freezer was stuffed with juicy fried chicken #1. Mayuri did buy a ton of this stuff. Wait, was there even more than usual? Maybe she bought some for Suzuha too.
スポーツドリンクもらうぞ。
鈴葉の飲みかけ以外なら OK。
It's a good warning, I guess. I happened to take a look at the snacks shelf next to the fridge. Mixed in with the instant noodles and snacks were 5 bunches of bananas. Mayuri must have bought those too. But still, all that fried chicken and now these bananas? Was she eating more than she had been? She'd always said that no matter how much she ate, she never got fat, but she bought this many bananas at once, they were all going to turn brown and squishy before she could eat them all.
マユリのやつ、バナナを買いすぎじゃないか?
ああ、それ買ってきたのマヨシじゃなくて僕。あ。
Huh?
Daro quickly cut himself off. I turned toward him and he averted his gaze. He'd been acting really weird this whole time. Was he hiding something?
お前がこんなに買ったのか? いつからバナナ好きになった?
いやほら、鈴葉に言われてるんだって。ダイエットにいいから毎日食べろってさ。
そういえば昔そんなダイエットが流行ったな。
Some celebrity had gone on TV and said she had lost a bunch of weight on a banana diet. And the next day, all the bananas in Japan disappeared from stores. What the fuck? My dad had tried to get in on the boom a little too late and bought a huge supply of bananas, only to see it flare out and most of them rot on the shelves. I remembered that.
だからってこんなに一度に買うなよな。だいぶ色が変わってきてるじゃないか。
Well, whatever. I was hungry, so I decided to take one. I took a banana and peeled the skin.
とにかく少しは加減ってものを考えろ。
そうだね。うん。
I finished the banana in 3 bites and went to toss the peel in the burnable trash can. And then I noticed something strange. The can was filled with bananas, more than anybody could possibly eat. Over half of the can was filled up with bananas. And it wasn't just the skin. Some of them were unpeeled, but half rotten, and the summer heat made them give off a nasty stench. I remember seeing something like this once before. That's right, it was when I was living here a year ago doing experiments every day. And then my mind flashed back to the contents of the fridge. And that bizarre stockpile of juicy fried chicken. It couldn't be. I plunged my hand into the garbage can, not caring about the filth. Ugh. Daro was clearly uneasy, but I ignored him. I was right. Under the remains of the bananas, I saw tons of boxes of empty fried chicken. No matter how much Mayuri liked them, or how much of a glutton Daro was, no one would voluntarily eat this much frozen fried chicken every day. Hello, I would. I went deeper into the garbage can, and then I found something I didn't want to see.
なあ、誰?
なんぞ?
バナナと冷凍唐揚げの組み合わせ。懐かしいな。1年くらい前か。よくこうして実験してたよな。かなり無駄な使い方してたから、マユリによく怒られた。食べ物を粗末にしちゃダメだって。
そうだね。
しょうがないから、電子レンジで温かくなったバナナも俺たちで食べて処分したよな。あれはひどい味だった。でもさすがにこれは食べられなかったよ。
What I pelted out of the garbage can was... Oh, a green gooey mess. It was a thick, disgusting liquid like you'd never expect to see, or like you'd expect to see if you crushed a giant bug. The goo dripped out of my fingers and splattered onto the floor. It was what used to be a banana. What we'd once called a gel-nana.
Oh, shimatta.
Daro put his hands to his head. But then he evidently gave up on hiding it.
まずった。こんなあっさりバレちゃったか。もうちょっと隠し通せると思ったんだけどな。実際さ、目処がついたらちゃんと相談したいこともあったし、打ち明ける予定ではあったんだけど。
Daro tossed me the towel. Evidently, he'd already used it because it was covered in black soot, but I decided to wipe the gel-nana off my hands with it anyway. Daro went into the development room and started moving boxes and dust covers.
ほれ、これが2号機。
And on the table appeared the horrible future gadget number 8, which I had built, improved, and finally dismantled a year ago.
組み立て直したのか。
電話レンジカッコ仮バージョン2とどっちがいいか結構迷った。
名前なんてどうでもいい。
マジ？オカリンの言葉とは思えないな。どの未来ガジェットもさ、円卓会議やって大騒ぎして名前決めたじゃん。
黒歴史だろう。
そう？
Daro was looking at the dust-covered future gadgets that were sitting on the shelf of the development room. There was something like a fondness in his gaze. Why the hell was he acting like this? Did he think of that nightmare as some kind of happy youthful memory? I was about to tell him to go screw himself, but held it in.
お前、俺が言ったことを忘れたのか。これは危険だ。俺たちが持っていて一種のものじゃない。
うん、けどさ、僕未来でタイムマシン作らないといけないんだよね。そうするとやっぱこいつを研究することがその第一歩だと思うわけ。
I gave up on trying to hold it back. I got up in his face and yelled at him.
何度も話したよな。こいつのせいで何が起こったのか。こいつのせいで俺がどんな体験をしたのか。これを作ったことでマユリは殺されるんだ。これを作ったことでクリスは犠牲になったんだ。これを作ったことでお前の娘は過去へ飛んで自殺までしたんだ。忘れたって言うならもう一度話してやろうか。お前はそんなにバカだったのか。自分でそれを体験してみないとわからないほどバカだったのか。
バカはあなたよ、岡部倫太郎。
Oh, shit. I suddenly heard an angry female voice behind me. I looked back and saw Maho Hyajo glaring at me.
ヒヤジョさん。
おう、ゴーロリ来たこれ。
なんて格好してるんだよ。
Her wearing a towel just looks like she's wearing a dress.
あ、これはそのつい勢い余ってあまりジロジロ見ないで訴えるわよ。
そっちがそんな格好で出てきたんじゃないか。
ちょっと待ってなさい。今服を着てくるから。
Mao quickly went back into the shower room and came out dressed a moment later.
失礼、待たせたわ。